Welcome back to the channel, and another gorgeous facial has just been had. This cold still hasn't shifted and my nose and my chest sound terrible. I do feel a bit better in myself. Every time I lie back I get a tickle in my throat. But I've just been and had another natural facelift facial done. Toning, tightening, sculpting, you name it, I've had it. Such a glow to the skin as well there. So currently on my way home. It is Saturday afternoon, and this morning I spent a little bit of time at work, and then I spent the remainder of my morning on my hands and knees cleaning the downstairs of the house. For those of you that know me know that I do not do cleaning. Hate cleaning with a passion. Although I love the house to be clean, I just don't like doing it myself. How some people love cleaning and Mrs. Hinch this and Mrs. Hinch that, whatever it is, it's just not for me. I would rather pay someone to come in and make my house look and smell like that than do it myself. And it probably sounds lazy, but it's just not one of my passions at all. It never has been. So this morning I thought, do you know what, let's give it a whirl. I had a couple of hours spare before I had to leave, and I got the job done. But now the upstairs of the house needs doing, which I'm going to have to tackle when I get home. When I get in, first things first, a cup of tea, sit down and chill, because I've had a very, very manic week as always. So last week I decided that I'm going to, honestly, this sat nav, it's taking me onto an estate. Certainly not the way home. I don't know why it's not just turning me back on motorway, but even when I go back on motorway I end up in Prestwich and not Wigan. Don't know why that happens every single time. When I went to the Master Your Life event, I did also write down some bits that I needed to get. Oh my days. Well, I've just cut through an estate now. Absolutely no idea where I am. Why do I look so cross-eyed on this video? I decided that I have a plan for everything in my life except a wealth plan. It always gets brought up in the events. So I thought, do you know what? Let's do one. So of course we all work, we all earn wages, we all save up, put away what we can, if we can. But is there a specific goal? Is there a wealth plan in place to work on? I don't necessarily have one. Never really had. Mine has always been focused on things. So for instance, wanting to buy a house, wanting to buy a car. But in actual fact, I don't have a goal of just having a wealth plan. So I decided that I've got a set amount in my brain now every week that is going to be what I save up. And I've also started to work a couple of shifts a week doing my nursing, which I did anyway, but I've had a bit of time off with Maggie. So I did 2 shifts last week. Absolutely loved being back. A bit of routine, bit of normality. Being back doing what I originally trained to do. I've had a very hectic week. I was working in the clinic, I've been teaching, and then I've had 2 NHSP shifts booked and worked 8:30 till 5 for 2 days on the run, which was a lot. But like I said, I got it done and loved it. So that is to partake in the wealth plan. End of the day, you can never have enough money, let's be honest. The more I do, the more I earn, the more I can put into my wealth plan. So rather than have a day off, which probably is needed sometimes, I'll have a day off from the clinic, but I'll go and work nursing and still be earning money rather than spending it. So I've had a quiet week this week on the filming side of things because I've not really been up to much other than work. Saturday being the first day that I've actually had anything on, which was this facial appointment, I thought I'll start the vlog here. So a bit of sunlight on my skin there, as you can see, gorgeous glowing skin. I cannot recommend this type of a facial enough. So Sarah, who does it, is amazing, and she's trained to work in Selfridges doing the same facial. She's been trained by large companies who, one, she still does work for, but also implements her own touch on things from other trainings that she's done in the past to create her own natural facelift facial, which is obviously what I've been for. You don't find these local, you do have to travel. This was in Kersley, which is Bolton. It's not that far away from where I live, to be quite honest. Like I've said before, it's not a facial to take away from having my normal facials or my hydrofacials. This is to work the 40 plus muscles that you have in your face. So better believe that when I am 70, my face will still look 20. Hope you've all had a lovely week this week and set yourself some goals and met your goals, even if it was the smallest of things. I have been setting myself these goals every single day, and I've started to listen to the audiobook of Manifest. So whilst I've been driving about doing my nursing shifts, and whilst I drove to my appointment now, and once I finish this filming, I will be putting it back on. I've been listening to that in the car, getting myself back into routine, getting my foot back on the pedal. I've been doing it now for the last 2 weeks, and I have felt a massive difference. The good things that always are there have just come in floods more. So getting back into the swing of all that and implementing it all practically into my life. This weather today is lovely, and it's so bright when you're sat in your car, and I feel really warm, but as soon as you get outside, it's Baltic. There's no wonder my chest is still like this, because I'm dressing for the summer and it's actually winter outside. But when you're in a car like this, it's too warm to be wearing a jumper or a hoodie or a coat. So I have got a blazer with me, but I have just got a gym bra on while I'm driving. Food wise this week, I've ate about 5,000 egg custards. Not gonna lie, probably not the healthiest, but it is egg, bit of protein. But because I've not really felt myself and I've not been able to taste so much, I've just not really ate much. I've probably just had my tea, if that, at night. My Hello Fresh meals, which were still on, still loving. Or I did get a meal deal when I was at work the other day from Tesco, and I just thought a wrap, a grenade bar and a drink. And then I went round to Tesco and picked some bits up, which was like flavoured chicken bites and, you know, like chicken tikka slices, coronation chicken slices. And then the day after then, I made my own wraps and took it with me so that I could just eat it in my car as I was driving around, which was a lot more practical than having to keep pulling up and going into Tesco. I bought enough chicken to last about 6 months, but I am going to eat them this week for my dinners. I'm going to make sure I make wraps, whether I'm going to work or whether I'm going out in the car. I'm going to make these wraps so that at dinner time I can sit and eat the wrap, so that I'm getting the amount of calories and protein in. Otherwise, with my regime and being back on weights this week, it's not going to be doing nothing. I'm not going to create any gains by not eating. Plus, it makes me feel better. As much as I go through that phase of feeling uncomfortable, because I've ate, I have more energy, I can sleep better, I feel like I'm a little bit more spring in my step. I've got more headspace to think, I'm not as tired, I'm not as stressed, because we still do have all these emotions and feelings whether we're doing self-help work or we're not. This week is about creating the goal for food, and I can update you in the next bit. Just a bit of real life footage of my car journeys recently. All the way to Stockport to take Lottie to football, I've had this. Whilst I'm at football with her in the pram, I've had this. I've had to put her back in the car and start driving home. And as you can see there in the little bottom corner, she looks like she's just closed her eyes, ready to go to sleep. After 2.5 hours of that crying, I thought, no, I can't bear it anymore, I'm going to have to go home. So I've had to leave Lottie at football, and one of the mums are going to have to bring her back for me because I just couldn't do it. And now she'll go to sleep in car, and as soon as I get home, she'll wake up and be back at it again. I just wanted to get that bit on video, just to show that, you know, some videos that you see of mine or any YouTube videos that you might come across, always look like the best versions of what people get up to, the happy times. I'm doing adventures, going for a day out, going shopping, all that type of stuff, when in actual fact this is real life car journey. Fast asleep, can't cope. So yeah, today was supposed to be a football day for Lottie, which I've left her playing. I don't really have any plans now because I was only supposed to be getting home, probably gone 1 o'clock, and it's only 11:30. I was going to take the kids to pumpkin picking today, but with it raining last night, the ground will probably be sodden, and I just don't fancy getting blackleaded. I'm going to wait and see how the weather is next week or the week after, and we'll go then. So today may consist of pretty much nothing. I have had it in my head all week that I was going to go to Trafford Centre. I'm on a spending ban though at the minute because I'm doing my wealth plan. So you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't have a wealth plan and be spending all your money. So at the minute, Trafford Centre probably isn't the best place for me to go to, but it does get me out the house. And with it only being 20 minutes down the road, it's so easy just to drive there. But plan of action now is get home, try my very best to get Maggie from the car seat into the house without waking up, which never works. But today we're going to think positive and we're going to put it to the universe that she stays asleep. She does need some dinner, so that is on the to-do list. I could have done with her staying awake, to be fair, having a dinner and then going to sleep, but it's not worked that way because we're in the car. I'm going to have some dinner. I bought some bacon the other day. I'm going to probably have bacon on a wrap or a bagel, and then probably end up sat in waiting for all the kids to get back. Frankie's got a horse riding lesson, Lottie's at football, and Job's with his dad. I don't like being on a time scale either, so I don't like going out and thinking, right, what time is it? I need to be back for this or I need to be back for that. Home, and well, I say settled, I feel a little bit more settled. I've had a very hectic day as always, chaotic. Just put Maggie in bed with a bottle of milk and filled it with a full rusk because we're back to no sleep again. Not as bad as it was, but she's still waking up early, and I'm just wishing she would sleep just till a minimum of 7 a.m. Like, it's not a lot that I'm asking for, but she seems to wake up like 4:45, 5 o'clock. And I have said that if she woke up at that time, I'd be more than happy to get up. But boy, when it's winter and it's dark outside and it's cold, I see 5 o'clock and I think, no, I've got another couple of hours yet. So I've put her a rusk in a bottle tonight and I'm going to see how she gets on with that. Job is playing outside on the front with Luella, which is cute to watch. Keep watching her out bedroom window. They have got a football and the bikes out. And then I'm going to have a quick shower because I've just done my little training session at home. I've not been able to get down to the gym for the past couple of weeks. Usually my sister would mind Maggie and I would go over to the gym, do the session and then get back. But she's got a new job and she was working now like full-time hours, Monday to Friday. So the last thing she needs to be doing is coming home and me going across with Maggie for a fit mind, like when she's going to be making teas, and sorting herself out after a full day at work. So I've not been to the gym for the last few weeks. I mean, Lindsay, if you were watching, I've just been doing my own little thing with weights in the house, and at the minute that's okay for me. It's just doing what I need it to do. I just want to stay toned. I've been eating a lot more shite. No, I'm saying shite. I'm just eating egg custards like they're going out of fashion. I'm addicted, and it's becoming a problem a little bit because I can't just have one. Like today, I deliberately only bought 2. But I bet both already, and it's not even 7 o'clock. The other day, Andrew came home with 4, and I just did 4 in 2 days. One day at 3. A little bit out of control on my behalf, really, because I should have the reins to bringing it back to reality and not keep doing it. But I really, really love them. Like, I really love them. And they're about 250 calories in one. So if you eat 2 a day, I think, well, that's an extra 500 calories because I don't eat enough calories to start with. But the wrong calories because it's obviously quite full of sugar and stuff. But do you know what? I'm enjoying it. It's winter. I've got the longest coat in the world that I wear quite often. So no one's going to see what I look like underneath that coat. As long as I'm still doing my training and it's keeping me on the straight and narrow with my training sessions, I am not too concerned about the egg custards. Well, I am, but I'm actually going to message Andrew because he's in the gym now as we speak. He's had some filming today. So when I got home earlier, all that was going on in the house. It was a little bit chaotic. He had to keep kids upstairs. I didn't have to. I chose to. Otherwise, that would have just been mayhem. And then he's gone to the gym and he's got a session and they'll be filming him and doing whatever. So on his way home, I'm going to ask him to nip and get me a couple more egg custards because I've already ate the 2 that I bought earlier on. If you haven't seen on my Instagram, then go over and see how much I post of an egg custard on a weekly basis. It's out of control. I've had a lovely day, busy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. As I say, and I say it on every single video, my mind does not switch off. So I'm always looking for something else to do. Something, not me out my comfort zone. Somebody give me something to do because I'm walking around daily thinking, what can I do next? I mean, although I say put me out my comfort zone. And I was asked to do a bit of this filming with Andrew and stuff like that, but I couldn't do it. As much as I would love to do it for him, and so I support him regardless to whether I'm on screen or whether I'm behind a screen. So although I do YouTube and I teach and I speak to clients on a daily basis at work, for someone to put me under pressure of asking me questions about Andrew or whatever, it churned my stomach because I felt like I was watching him fight. So I've just not gone ahead with it. And it's not for any other reason other than it's really, really out of my comfort zone. And I've never won for backing down and letting something win me. But I have this time just because I'm also not really, what's the word? I like to be hidden me. As much as I do this, I don't air everything out there. I'm quite quiet in regards to what I get up to, what I'm working on, and I literally express it to the world when it's completed. So when I did my prescribing, for instance, I obviously booked on the course, but didn't tell anyone until I'd qualified. So I worked for the whole of the 20 weeks in silence, grafting my arse off, stressed out my eyeballs, but didn't actually air it to anybody. I just did it when I'd completed. As the saying goes, work in silence and let success be the noise. And that's a perfect phrase for me. As much as I do it on my own, I don't know what the issue is. I need to have a word with myself, to be honest. I'm not disappointed with myself. It is what it is. I just feel like if it had been a bit more of a, for instance, a bit more of a natural type of chat, if I'd have walked in the house and that was going on, and they'd have said to me, oh, how do you feel watching Andrew fight? Then I would have answered it because they're asking me and I'm being genuine, speaking in the moment, and it's not something I've had to rehearse or it's not something that I've had to think about. It's just natural to come out because I worry that when I speak, it sounds like I'm reading off a card. Like, I feel like, do you know what I mean? And it's not natural, and I don't want to come across as unnatural because I'm the complete opposite of that. So yeah, I've not done it, and there'll be other opportunities in the future. Stay just behind Andrew, supporting him in the background. Woohoo! No one knows I'm there and all that. I don't know what it is. I just don't like being put in a limelight. As much as I do my own business and stuff like that, that type of stuff freaks me out. It's the same as an example here. The thought of me getting married and walking down an aisle and everybody staring at me walking down the aisle really, really puts me off wanting to get married. Like, I would rather go into a register office where there was just 2 people witnessing it and that be that. And I know that's my own issues to deal with, but that's just the kind of person I am. I don't like people staring at me. I don't want people to make a scene. I felt like I'd have been doing something that wasn't my authentic self, if that makes sense, because that isn't me. Like, oh yeah, film me, interview me, plaster me all over social media, because I'm not like that. Like, YouTube is a place where you can come on, you can you choose, you're in control of what you say and what you don't say, and you only edit and put in what you want people to hear, whereas that, it's a little bit different. Anyway, enough rambling on about that. We've not done it. Accept it, move on. So if you did get to this point of the video, thank you again for listening, and I shall see you in my next one, because I have got some up-to-date filming of me and Andrew actually cooking a HelloFresh, which is quite funny, to be fair, because he didn't know I was filming. So not sure at what point that will get put up, but it will be in the next few days. So up until then, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.